Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay, are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in biology, we're going to be looking at development of new organisms. Okay, our topic for today in biology is on development of new organisms. So are we ready for today's lesson? What do we mean by development of new organisms? It refers to the process by which living organisms grow and mature from their initial stages, okay, such as fertilized eggs or seeds, into full formed and functional individuals of their species. Do you understand? Development of new organisms is how living things grow and change from the early stages into full developed individuals. Okay, so today's lesson we're going to be looking at stages in the development of a toad and metamorphosis of insects. Okay, so first we're going to be looking at stages in the development of toad. Stages in the development of toad. The process of how a toad grows from the initial stage to a full formed toad. Okay, the first stage is the egg stage. The development begins with fertilized eggs, typically laid in water. Okay, toad starts as fertilized eggs, often in water. The fertilized eggs are laid in water. Okay, and then the embryonic stage. The eggs hatch into tadpoles, which are aquatic larvae with gills and a tail. Eggs hatch into tadpoles, which live in water and have gills. After the embryonic stage, the tadpole stage. Tadpoles undergo growth and development, primarily in water, feeding on algae and small organisms. So this is growing up, okay? Tadpoles eat and grow until it's time for a big change. And the next stage is the metamorphosis. This crucial stage involves a series of transformations. Tadpoles develop hindlimbs, absorb their tail, and lungs replace gills for terrestrial breathing. So in the metamorphosis, tadpoles transform, get legs, lose their tails, and start breathing air. Okay? Then after the metamorphosis, the juvenile toad. The transformed toad leaves the water and adapts to a terrestrial life with full development of adult characteristics. This is the adult stage. The transformed toad leaves the water, becoming a full-grown toad. Okay? Do you understand? Good. So these are the steps on how a toad develops from an egg to an adult. Okay? Do you understand these stages? The toad starts from eggs. Toad starts as fertilized eggs, often in water, okay? And then to the embryonic stage, where these eggs hatch into tadpoles, which live in water and have gills. After that, the tadpole stage, the growing up. Tadpoles eat and grow until it's time for a big change, which is the metamorphosis. Tadpoles transform, get legs, lose their tails, and start breathing air. After this process, the adult toad, juvenile, the transformed toad leaves the water, becoming a full-grown toad, okay? Good. So we now know how a toad develop, right? Okay, that is great. So next we're going to be looking at the metamorphosis of insects. Metamorphosis of insects means how these insects change as they grow up, okay? And there are two types: incomplete metamorphosis and complete metamorphosis. So first we're going to be looking at incomplete metamorphosis. This involves three stages: egg, nymph, and adult. Nymphs resemble adults but lack wings, and they undergo a series of molts before reaching full adulthood. Okay, so in incomplete metamorphosis, insects go through three main stages. The egg stage. Insects start as eggs. They are typically laid in a suitable environment, okay? Then the nymph stage. Hatching from the egg, the insect becomes nymph. Nymphs look like mini versions of adults but lack wings. And after this stage, the adult stage, the nymph undergoes a series of molts, gradually developing wings and other adult characteristics. The final form is reached after several molting stages. Okay? Do you understand? The insects in incomplete metamorphosis are like grasshoppers and dragonflies. Then the complete metamorphosis. This involves four stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Larvae look completely different from adults and undergo a pupal stage where they transform into the adult form. Okay? So in complete metamorphosis, insects go through four stages. The egg stage first, insect starts as eggs, usually laid in a specific environment, and then the larva stage. Hatching from the egg, the insect enters the larva stage. Larvae often look very different from adults and have specialized feeding habits. Then it moves to the pupa stage. After the larval stage, insects undergo a transformative stage known as the pupa. During this stage, significant changes occur, and the insect is often enclosed in a protective covering. Okay? And finally, the adult stage. The fully formed adult emerges from the pupa. Adults typically have wings and reproductive structures necessary for mating and laying eggs. Do you understand that? This type of metamorphosis is observed in insects such as butterflies, beetles, okay? So incomplete metamorphosis has three stages and complete metamorphosis has four stages, okay? So today's lesson on development of new organisms, we understood it, right? Did we? We looked at the stages in the development of a toad and also metamorphosis of insects. So we understood today's lesson on development of new organisms. So we know how a toad starts from eggs to adulthood, right? And in insects, the incomplete metamorphosis involve three stages and the complete metamorphosis involve four stages. So we understood today's lesson. Good. So next we're going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we're going to be able to do our assignment, right? It's easy. Okay, that is good.